So the plan as we have currently posed it is based on certain assumptions. Those assumptions being that we're talking with current staffing levels, and that we know that if there are changes to schedule or staffing, that might change the viability of the plan. And we're really only looking at two possible plans. We're looking at either keeping it the way it is or this potential idea. So as we look at what this potential idea looks like, I purposefully did not talk in terms of FTE. I talked in terms of people, because that's the people that we have supporting right now. So we've got 3 people supporting in Title Math, 4 people in Title Reading, and 5 people in ESL, and some of those are not full-time people. That is not the same as FTE, because 1 teacher is 1 FTE and 2 paras is 1 FTE. So that's how that works. We could potentially, exchange those in the event that we needed more staff at different places, depending on how this plan might play out. So again, if I find out tomorrow, when I believe I'm going to get my staffing information, that things have changed and we have less staffing budget, that might change the viability of this plan. But at this point in time, that's what we're saying, is we're assuming everything's going to stay the same. If it were to stay the same, this layout here is about what the team would look like, okay? So what we'd be looking like, what we would be looking at in terms of supporting students would be putting a team together, a multidisciplinary team, to work with specific grade levels. The support staff team would work with 2 grade levels. So it might be like we would put together kindergarten and 2nd grade. Those 2 grade levels were put together primarily because schedules would work with the schedules this year. If we wanted to do more of a K1 team, we would have to switch schedules, which would switch plan times and those kinds of things. Because one of the things that we want to get as part of this is at least some common plan time between teachers and so teams could plan together. So it would look like we would have at least 1 ESL, at least 1 Title Math, and at least 1 Title Reading teacher supporting these grade levels. They would remain with those grade levels throughout the course of the day. Similarly, we would have a team at 1st and 3rd grade and a team at 4th and 5th grade. And we all know that that would fluctuate in terms of the total number of staff supporting those grade levels, or the particular people would depend upon how many students need support in those grade levels. The one thing that I didn't put up here, I can't find my marker, is that with the current configuration, the number of staff that we have, we could also gain some efficiencies that would allow us to still have the equivalent of probably at least 1 ESL person to support newcomers and new students, or new students to Schwegler. So this is the plan that we have discussed, and I'd like you to discuss in your teams, and I want you to bring your feedback back to us next week at Grade Level and Support Staff Collab. As I said, support staff has already talked about it, so they would be people you could go to discuss more with. If you had questions, you can feel free to come to me as well. We're flipping this so that hopefully that conversation can be ready for the next stages when we get there next week.